The first well.
The first well.
Retold by Bookbox.
Retold by Bookbox.
There once was a small kingdom around a lake.
There once was small kingdom.
There once was a small kingdom around a lake.
There once was small kingdom around a lake.
One very hot summer.
One very hot summer.
It did not rain.
It did not rain.
And the lake dried up.
And the lake dried up.
People grew anxious.
People grew anxious.
And went to the king. It has not rained for so long.
It has not rained for so long.
Our fields are barren.
Our fields are barren,
said the farmers. There are no fish to catch.
There are no fish to catch.
How shall we earn a living?
How shall we earn a living?
Asked the fisherman. Save us from disaster.
Save us from disaster.
Good king.
Good king.
Urged the women. As their children cried with thirst.
As their children cried with thirst.
The king sent his 4 generals.
The king sent his 4 generals.
In all directions to look for water. The first general went east. Towards the sunrise. The second went south. To the dust and heat. The third went west. Where the sun sets. And the fourth followed the North Star. They searched day and night. Night and day. High and low they searched. Everywhere. But in vain. 3 of the generals returned. Empty-handed. But the general who had gone north was determined not to fail his king. At last he reached a cold mountain village. As he sat at the foot of the mountain, an old woman came by. And sat next to him. The general pointed at the horizon. and said, I belong to a beautiful kingdom
I belong to a beautiful kingdom
where it has not rained
where it has not rained
for a whole year.
for a whole year.
Can you help me find water?
Can you help me find water?
The woman motioned the general to
The woman
motioned the general to follow her up the mountain.
The woman followed.
The woman motioned the general to follow her up the mountain.
The woman motioned the general to follow her up the mountain
And into a cave.
and into a cave.
We have no water in our country either, she said.
We have no
water in our country either, she said.
We have no water in our country either, she said.
Then, pointing to the icicles in the cave,
Then pointing to the icicle in the cave,
she continued, We call this ice.
We call this ice.
Take some.
Take some.
And your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
And your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
Your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
And your kingdom will never go thirsty again.
The general broke off a huge piece.
The general broke off a huge piece.
Loaded it onto his horse cart. And rushed back home. By the time he reached the court, the enormous icicle had melted into a small lump of ice. Nobody in the court had ever seen ice. Nobody in the court had ever seen ice. So everybody gazed at it with wonder. This must be a water seed. One of the ministers exclaimed suddenly. The king ordered the water seed to be sowed immediately. While the farmers dug a hole, the lump dwindled in the sun.
sun.
They swiftly placed the seed in the hole. The lump dwindled in the sun. They swiftly placed the seed in the hole. They But before they could cover it up,
But before they could cover it up,
it had vanished.
it had vanished.
The farmers there grew confused and worried.
The farmers there grew confused and worried.
They dug deeper and deeper into the earth.
They dug deeper and deeper into the earth.
All night long, looking for the mysterious seed.
All night long, looking for the mysterious seed.
At the break of dawn,
At the break of dawn,
the king found the farmers fast
the king found the farmers
asleep around a hole.
fast asleep around the hole.
Curious, he peeped in
Curious, he peeped in
and cried out in amazement.
and cried out in amazement.
"Wake up, my worthy men!
Wake up, my worthy man!
The water seed has sprouted.
The water seed has sprouted.
There's water in the hole."
There's water in the hole.
This is how the first well was created.
This how the first world was created.